We take another step into finding the greatest SPFL player of the 21st century. It is the third matchup of round 4 or round 3, last 16, call it what you want, and it is the third all-Celtic tie in a row with Callum Mcgregor taking on Moussa Dembele. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We're getting close here to the closing stages of this competition. We're going to crown the greatest player of the 21st century to play in the SPFL. But who is it going to be, and which one of these men could advance to the next round? Which one of these men will be eliminated right here, right now? Well, that is the question. You've got Callum Mcgregor, the Celtic captain, the guy that has won trophy after trophy after trophy, against Moussa Dembele. You know, a guy that had a successful stint at Celtic while it lasted. He scored quite a lot of goals. He won a few trophies himself, and he was a danger up front. Probably one of Celtic's best strikers outside of Henrik Larsson in the 21st century. But is that good enough to beat Callum McGregor? No, it's not. Callum McGregor has won with 86% of the vote to Moussa Dembele's 14. So after 568 votes, Callum McGregor getting a pretty big win here, a convincing win, a landslide win, so to speak. And I agree with that. I'd probably go with Callum McGregor as well. The guy is pretty much almost for a decade now being the main man at Celtic, and what a job he's done. He's captained them, he's helped them win trophy after trophy after trophy. His trophy cabinet must be full at this point. Hell, he's probably got multiple trophy cabinets, and who knows, maybe after a couple more weeks he could be adding another trophy to that cabinet. He could be adding the greatest SPFL player of the 21st century trophy. But either way, he advances, he moves into the quarterfinals. And Moussa Dembele, we've got to say au revoir to you. You're out, you're eliminated, you're gone with 14% of the vote. And that means that McGregor then moves in to the quarterfinals after paving the way with wins over Frank Swayze of Hibernian, Lee Griffiths of Celtic, and then Moussa Dembele of Celtic. So Callum McGregor there, defeating 3 good players in the SPFL era. Who did Moussa Dembele get past in the way there? Jackie McNamara and Stephen Klaus. So, yeah, Moussa Dembele, his time is at an end, and it's Callum McGregor that advances. And if you look at it, I mean, he's won pretty convincingly all the way through. 73%, 88%, 86%. Callum McGregor just seems to be putting these people away. He just seems to be beating them. I mean, if this was a game of football, I think these would be like 3-4-0 wins. You know, it would be dominating wins. It would be convincing wins for Callum McGregor. Anyway, he is into the quarterfinals, and who will he potentially face up next? Well, it is a Rangers player and a Celtic player, so we're finally going to have a bit of blue versus green. But before then, let's get into the comments. Beer Sensei says Moussa was a great striker, but Captain Calmac has more years on him, so I guess he wins. I guess so. G1 Kamakop says Callum has become a boy and will live forever in paradise as a legend. Keep up the amazing work, Captain. Skyrock says keep missing those penalties and crying your eyes out. You'll be forever remembered. Everyone check out the banging tunes at Skyrock. I mean, everyone, listen, if you're not a Celtic fan, then that Callum McGregor misses, it'll be a great scene, and I'm sure you enjoyed that day very much. But I mean, honestly, who's got the last laugh here? Callum McGregor misses one penalty, and he cried on the day. But at the end of the day, he has won a shitload more trophies than anyone else. You know, he's scored a lot of penalties. He's won a lot of cups. Yeah, it wasn't his day in the Scottish Cup final, but how many times has it been his day? And a lot. You know, a lot. So yeah, he didn't win that one trophy, but he's got more than enough trophies to make up for that. Scott Brown says Lucille Fusion. Peter John says neither, for fuck's sake. Right, I'm not going to get into an argument here or get into debate or have to explain myself what this is. It's a tournament. These two guys made it this far. I'm not claiming that these are the two greatest players in the 21st century. It's not how a tournament works. Started with 64. We're now into the last 16. These two guys made their way through the brackets. That's why they're the options. If you don't think it's neither of them, then you know just either vote for who you think was the better out of the two, or just don't vote at all. You know, it's really that simple. Paul Maguire says Calmac all day long. Just look at the trophies he's won. Hail, hail. I mean, yeah, he's got a shitload of trophies. Fuck the Pope says both were shit. I don't know if that's true. Come on. And Liam DM says never once has anyone ever came in for him. He's at his level. Well, if you don't think he's... if you don't, I'm not going to sit here and argue whether I think Callum Mcgregor is at his level or whether I think he could have got a big move. I mean, that's not what this is about. It's about who's the greatest player of this century in the SPFL. Either Callum Mcgregor was better than Moussa Dembele, or Moussa Dembele was better than Callum Mcgregor. I don't give a shit personally who moved to England or who did what. It is what it is. If you want to vote for, if you don't, then just you know what, don't. Simple as that. But anyway, Callum Mcgregor, he is into the next round, and like I said, he is into the quarterfinals. And he will get the winner of the next tie, which is between Stilian Petrov and Ronald de Boer. And I think that could be a tough one. You know, two great midfielders from their respective eras. I believe they played against each other as well. I think they may have in the early 2000s. I'm sure they would have. Surely Petrov and Ronald de Boer played against each other. I'm convinced they did. Ronald de Boer, he stuck around at Rangers, I believe. Yeah, no, they did. He stuck around at Rangers till like 2003, 2004, I believe. And Petrov was definitely playing for Celtic in the early 2000s. So yeah, these two would have played against each other, I believe, multiple times, at least for a few seasons. So it's going to be interesting to see who wins that clash. But make sure you go to the community section, guys. Make sure you vote. I'll catch you in the next one. Beanfog Football. Thanks for watching. McGregor's through and Moussa Dembele's out. Till next time, though. Peace.